You're not single. You're not unloved. And yet, you feel alone. You might be lying next to someone you've shared years with, their warmth just inches away, but emotionally, it feels like you're on different planets. This isn't the loud, obvious loneliness of being single. This is a quieter, more confusing kind. It's the loneliness that whispers to you in a crowded room, or even in an embrace. It's the paradox of being deeply connected to someone, and yet, feeling profoundly disconnected at the same time. If this sounds familiar, you're not imagining it. This feeling has a name: emotional loneliness. And today, we are going to unpack why it happens, what it means, and what it's trying to tell you. Let's start with the core of this feeling. It's the gap between physical presence and emotional absence. Your partner is there. They show up for dinner, they watch movies with you. They might even say, "I love you" every single day. They are physically present in your life. But presence isn't just about sharing a space. It's about sharing a state of mind. It's about feeling seen, heard, and truly understood on an emotional level. The strange ache of this loneliness comes from a specific place. You were chosen. This person picked you. And yet, being chosen doesn't automatically mean you feel known. It's like someone admiring a beautiful, locked box but never asking for the key to see what's inside. They love the version of you they see, but the deeper, more complex parts of you remain untouched and unseen. This is why it's so disorienting. You have all the external markers of a successful relationship, but the internal experience is one of solitude. This feeling often grows in the absence of one crucial element: emotional safety. Think about the last time you were about to share something: a fear, a strange dream, a small frustration about your day, and you stopped yourself. You did a quick mental calculation. You thought, is it worth it? Will they get it? Or will it just start an argument, lead to a misunderstanding, or make them see me as difficult or needy? So you swallow the words. You edit yourself. You say, "Nothing, I'm just tired." This self-editing is a survival mechanism. Our brains are wired to avoid risk, and vulnerability, true, raw, emotional sharing, feels incredibly risky when we are not sure how it will be received. When we anticipate judgment, dismissal, or conflict instead of empathy and support, we instinctively build a wall. But that wall, designed to protect us, also imprisons us. We become lonely inside our own fortress, with our partner on the other side, unable to see the real us. Emotional safety is the foundation of intimacy. It's the unspoken agreement that says, "You can be your full self with me, mess and all, and I won't run away. I will try to understand." Without it, love exists, but true connection withers. Over time, this self-editing can evolve into something more concrete. We start performing a role. Maybe you've become the strong one, the person who handles everything and never complains. You're the rock, the stable foundation of the relationship. Or perhaps you're the calm one, the peacekeeper who always smooths things over and avoids confrontation at all costs. You might be the cheerful one, whose job is to keep the mood light and positive, burying any personal sadness or anxiety. These roles can be useful. They can help a partnership function smoothly, but they come at a very high price. Every time you step into that role, you are stepping away from a part of your authentic self. You are setting aside your vulnerability, your anger, your confusion, your messiness, all the beautifully complex pieces that make you human. The person you love ends up in a relationship not with you, but with your representative, your carefully constructed persona. And the loneliest feeling in the world is being loved for a performance, while the real you waits in the wings, unheard and unseen. The longer you play the part, the more you can start to forget who you are when the curtain falls. This isn't a single event. It's a slow accumulation of tiny moments of disconnection. It's the unspoken disappointment when they forget something that was important to you. It's the conversation that stays on the surface because going deeper feels too exhausting. It's the 1,000 times you've said, "I'm fine," when you were anything but. Each of these moments is a tiny crack in the foundation of your emotional connection. On its own, one crack is nothing. You can paper over it, ignore it. But over weeks, months, and years, these tiny cracks multiply and spread, until one day you look down and realize you're standing on opposite sides of a chasm. The routines that once felt comforting now feel hollow. The shared history feels less like a bond and more like a collection of separate memories. The silence between you is no longer peaceful. It's heavy with everything that has been left unsaid. This slow drift is perhaps the most insidious part of emotional loneliness because you can point to a single moment of betrayal or a huge fight. It just happened. And you wake up one day next to the person you love and feel like a complete stranger. But what if we looked at this feeling differently? What if this deep, aching loneliness wasn't a sign that your relationship is doomed? What if it's not a failure, but a form of information? Your emotions are data. Just like physical pain tells you to take your hand off a hot stove, emotional pain is a signal. It's a message from the deepest part of you, telling you that a fundamental need is not being met. Loneliness is your emotional system's way of screaming, I need more connection. I need to be seen. I need to be understood. It's not a judgment on your partner or a verdict on your love. It is simply a signpost pointing directly at an unmet need. When you reframe it this way, the feeling shifts from something to be feared or ashamed of into something to be curious about. It's a call to action. It invites you to stop and listen. What is this loneliness trying to tell me? What part of me is asking to be acknowledged? Seeing loneliness as information empowers you. It moves you from being a passive victim of a feeling to an active investigator of your own emotional world. And this investigation ultimately leads to one core question you need to ask yourself with radical honesty. As you look at your relationship, at the person you share your life with, ask this: in my heart of hearts, do I feel known, or do I just feel accommodated? Accommodating someone is about making space for them. It's about logistics, schedules, and compromises. It's about fitting their life next to yours. It's practical. But being known is emotional. It's about someone making space for your feelings, your fears, your weird quirks, your secret hopes. It's the feeling that if you were to fall apart, they would be there to help you find the pieces, not just to sweep up the mess. It is the difference between someone saying I'll be there for you and you actually feeling it in your bones. There's a world of difference between a partner who tolerates your complexities and one who is genuinely curious about them. So, take a moment. Pause. Do you feel emotionally known? Or just conveniently accommodated? The answer to that question holds the key to understanding your loneliness, and it's the first step toward figuring out what comes next. Understanding these feelings is the journey we are on here at Mindsnap. These unnamed emotions, the ones that live in the shadows, are often the most powerful. In our next video, we are going to explore what to do with this information. How do you start a conversation about emotional loneliness without starting a fight? We'll dive into the psychology of communicating unmet needs and building bridges across that emotional chasm. If today's video resonated with you, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on so you don't miss it. Thank you for sharing this time with me. We'll see you in the next one.